All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it once again. Episode 24. We are in the third episode of working on our API, which is exciting. So, what we'll be doing here is we will be finishing out the CRUD functionality of our categories API and perhaps move on to our topics in detail and define the additional schemas associated with them and connect the collections. That's what we have to do. Before we do that, let's do a little shout out to the 100 Front-End Interview Questions Challenge, the new hotness, my latest course I've released. It's got a 4.7 at 27 ratings, and it's been out for about a month. People are loving it. It's hot and new. It says right there. You can't call me a liar. But yeah, you can get for just $9.99 in the description below. It's going to go over some of the most common front-end interview questions, as well as tips and tricks to ask when you're getting up and going and while you're in your interview. Sometimes it's good to take these things and just remind yourself why and, not be rusty and do well. But with that being said, if you're interested, you can check out my course. It's $9.99 in the description below, or use the coupon code CodingGod. But as always, or at least I should say whenever I remember, we're going to check the Trello board to see what we have on the app. So you see we completed the get all category route. We can move that to completed. I think I'm just going to move this. I'm going to move this mobile backlog. Move this all the way over here. We're just going to archive this list. All right, cool. Now that we've done that, let's go ahead and add a new card. So we need to delete. We need to delete category. Let's start there. Move that to in progress. Excellent. So let's go ahead and open up our view data off service. Excellent. Now, how am I today? I'm all right, man. So, I've noticed this with myself in my personal life that Thursday is like the day where I'm running out of gas. My old coworkers used to say we run on gas as developers. It's an acronym. It's called Give a Shits. And so, by Thursday, that's usually when I run out of gas, and so I'm very happy for Friday to come. You're 100% into this. I wish I had your commitment. Hey, man, you can. You just got to find something you want to do. How am I getting the console log results on the screen in the code editor? You know what? I think did I not in the video talk about that? I thought no, that's on that extension. It's the Visual Studio. No, excuse me. It's the Quokka extension in Visual Studio Code. All right. So let me close this. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I wanted to. I just want to launch. Oh, we'll just do it. These are here. I gotta combine this into a single TSC and node server. Can I not do something like npm ngserve? I don't know. We'll just do this. npm serve, which should. No, it's npm run watch-ts. Oh my goodness. Alright, so launch another terminal, and then we need a npm. Uh-oh, little lady. Little lady. Come here, Boise. Boise, come here. Uh-oh. Come here. You guys want to see my dog real quick? She's not supposed to be up here, so I gotta take her out. But she hasn't seen me because I've been working. Oh, little lady. She's just a puppy. Huh. Oh, you're a good girl. Oh, you're a good girl. All right. Come on, let's get you out of here. Downstairs. Come on, get out of here. Go to your mom. Good girl. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Here comes the other puppy. And the other puppy. We have two puppies. One second. Hey, baby, you gotta keep your eye on these dogs. My love? Can you keep these dogs down here? Down. Oh my god. I'm closing my door. Whatever happens. Yeah. All right. So, and this is npm build-ts, I think. All right. All right, so we gotta fix this eventually. Pass option, use new URL parser true. So let's go ahead and fix that, right? We don't necessarily want to. So instead of using this, current URL string parser is deprecated. To use the new parser, pass option to Mongo client.connect. So what? So let's see, a connect takes in the string and then takes in options. So this should work just fine. And then we're going to, in here, pass in use new URL parser to true. And then I think we're going to comment that out. And let's control C that. Let's see that. And we have to go ahead and launch our Mongo. Database name must be a string. It is. Alright, what's the issue here? What's the issue? Alright. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, well. If that just isn't going to work, we'll go back to it working and we'll tackle it later. I thought it was going to be as easy as putting that in there, but apparently not. Mongo client.connect. God, that is literally exactly what you said. All right. So let's connect to our host. Cool. So here is our category collection. We have our JavaScript, HTML, CSS, and what I want to do now is create a delete. All right, so we have a get all, we have a add new, and we're going to have a public delete category. request will take in a type of request. A response will take in a type of response. All right. So let's go and see how we delete MongoDB delete, or Mongoose, I should say. All right, so what we have to do, we have our schema, which is our category here. And we're going to say category dot find. And then in our find, we're going to pass in an object, which then has a air callback. And then also has a, so it's an air. Am I getting this right? So yeah, we have air, and then we have our category. All right, so in here, let's just look at what we have and see if we can hard code it. So how do we access the ID directly? So we're going to have underscore ID, which will be equal to request dot body dot underscore ID. Are you really barking at my door, dog? What is this that I'm programming? Right now we're building an API for something. All right. So if error, we want to send a response. Error. Else, we want to say all right, let's see if we get an error first. So if we go here, we're not done yet because we have to sync up the route. So we have delete category, which if you remember, we have routes. Category route. So router dot delete, and in here we have a slash. This will be our category controller dot delete category. All right. My suggestion: H1 hello world. Yeah. So I'm much more of a front end dev by like tenfold. So we're going up much slower than how I'd normally feel comfortable going. But that's part of the process. All right. So now that we've done that, our database should be connected. Let's just make sure everything's working. Cool, you see our get all call works, but what we want to do here is delete. So, and you know what, let's leave that as a get, and we'll just create another one here. Copy this over. All right. Change this to a delete. And then in our body, we're going to raw JSON that gets passed. And then in here, we'll have a underscore ID. And then let's say we want to delete the HTML. Let's see if that will work. Cannot delete API v1 categories. Let's just see. All right, let's try again. Did we get our console log? You know what? I don't think our server is compiling. I might have needed to do a different command. I accepted an offer today as a full stack developer, so your boy is coming to Tampa with Brandon. I have to say that your course definitely helped during the interview process. I've been working on this for a while now, but your videos provided inspiration many times. I'm doubting myself that you took it. It took me about a year and 7 months, including Lambda School, of course, but we did it, fam, and out here making moves. Good on you, man. Good stuff. Yeah, our thing's not compiling, so you can see it hit. And actually it was successful. Okay, so instead of launching our server, what was npm run serve, npm launch node? I think it's npm launch node. npm run watch node. Good stuff, man. Thank you for documenting the build process. I'm trying, man. Piece by piece. All right, so if that worked, what should happen is if I change, if I do a space here and save. Come on, man. Hit it. All right, cool. It did. That's just, it didn't register that space. All right. So now, let's go to our get all call. Send it. Great. Let's do our delete. Oh, we didn't send a response back. Faricio, how's it going, man? But it didn't air out, so I imagine that it actually worked. Alright, so if we find, so let's do this. Response dot send category. Alright, so Jonas, so you got your first full stack dev job. Let's talk money, man. What are you throwing around? What do you know, because you're out there killing it right now, right? Without a doubt, right? So, all right, so this actually found it, but it didn't delete it, I don't think. So I think we have to do one more thing to delete it. I thought the delete path would do it, but maybe that just routes it. Let's look at the API docs. So what are we talking about in terms of increase of salary, right? Because chances are you're not making as much. This is your first dev job. I just asked not because I really care, but I want to motivate people, and money is motivating for a lot of people. All right, so let's go ahead and see. Mongoose. Remove. Delete document. But good on you, man. Nice. So starting at 55, going to 60 after 90 days. Plus benefits and unlimited vacation, whatever that means. Also pretty chill coming. Yeah. That's good, man. And you know what? Pretty soon, I started at 62. And oh, so at bartending you probably made pretty good money, but you didn't have no benefits. I started at 62. And with bonuses and everything, I'll be over 130. And I did that in about 2 years, 2.5 years. So, okay, so we just delete one. I like that. Just delete one. Let's try that. So instead of finding, just delete that mug. All right. Delete one. Takes in a condition. We have it there. And a callback error, if any. So if error, return error. Else. What's standard for a RESTful API? What should you return when API delete fails? Oh, so you're making 25, 30. So you're going from, let's just say 30 to 60. So you've doubled. And return to the response code 200. You laugh? I've worked at companies, no matter if it's as long as it's not a server-side error, 500 level error, it responds a 200 success. I'm not even bullshitting you. Everything's a 200 success except a server-side error. Except a 500 error, man. Alright, so let's say 404. So I think we can do this. Response dot status 404 dot send. But what do we send back? I want to send back an object. Hey, why not? Yeah. Alright. Alright, we send a status code back, but what do we send back in the body? API delete not found body response. I'm just trying to oh, actually, in the error, we want to set the status code. So I put this on the wrong one. It's actually 200 success there. So it's the status code of 404 because let's make sure it was actually deleted. Oh, we haven't tried it yet, have we? But so we're going to send back a 404 if it errors because we weren't able to delete one. Now, with our... what do we send back in the body? I just want to see what we send back in the body. API delete success body. Response. Alright, you know what we're going to do, man? We're going to find our own model here. And so, see our models? This should actually be schemas. So let's create a new file here, and we're going to call this generic response. Oh my god, I hate myself for even calling this generic response. We're gonna call it here's a little naming convention tip for you, that if you call something main, core, generic, or utilities, chances are you don't know what you're doing, and you need to think about it a little bit longer. So all right. So let's give this a thought. Delete body seems almost too generic, but I think that's what we want. Let's do this. We'll create a new folder here, responses, and we'll call this new file delete -response .model.ts. We'll export a class here called delete response. And in it, we'll take a status, which will be a number, public status, which will be a number. We'll have a, what do we want to have here? We'll have a body that contains any. And then public message, which will be a string. And the body, I think we can just stick with status and message. I don't really think we necessarily need anything else. All right, so we defined that. Let's go ahead and create a constructor. Dude, I'm so hungry. I had a meeting after work, so a business meeting, and I needed to eat like you would not believe, but I wasn't gonna. I wanted to work on this, so April is gonna make me some food. Are you serious about this right now? Object literals are not sorted alphabetically. I didn't even know that was a thing. Let me think about that. Do I like that? I like that. I take it back. Good on you, TSLint. What's funny is I almost already do that. So I can see what's going on here. Alright, cool. Now, we'll go to our category controller. Let's close all this other stuff. And in here, we'll pass in a status of 200 and a message of successfully deleted. Category. And then here, we can pass in something like this. What do we want to pass in here? We'll say request dot body dot What's our category schema? Dot type. Just auto sort them if it's gonna do that. App crash. Module not found. Alright. That should solve that. Alright. I don't know why that went away. Why does it? So something is conflicting with this. What changed about this that forced that to... Do I have any course suggestions on Udemy Learn TypeScript? No, I've been thinking about making a TypeScript course for a while. Alright, 1 second, guys. I have to answer an email. Okay. Is it hard for a Mexican developer to get a web developer job in the U.S.? No, race has nothing to do with it. We'll just type any. Let's see if that stops. Okay, so that'll stop it. I'll just assign a type to it, even if it's any, because that's what it is, right? All right, boys. Let's see. Did we do what we wanted to do here? I think we did. We created it. What a successful delete response would be. And maybe even unsuccessful. So let's get all. We have our HTML, CSS, JavaScript. And we're going to delete. My boy. Successfully deleted category undefined. Wasn't expecting the undefined. We're almost there, though. But I bet if we go and hit this bad boy, well, we get 2 documents. Just 2. So let's go ahead and create let's go to our body real quick, and we'll create the old HTML. All right. So let's jump back over here. I don't want to have to keep creating this. So, oh, you know what? We're only passing the ID in the route, aren't we? What are we passing in the delete route? Because if we're following REST, we only care about the ID. That's why it didn't work. That's fine. We can successfully delete a category. Status code 200 is fine. I think this has worked. So we got our delete working. Let's go ahead and our post still works. Yeah. Cool. So we got a delete. We got a post. We got a get all. So we have two more things we need to create. We need to create a patch and a put. All right, or not patch. I don't think we're just gonna do a put, and we also need a get by ID, right? Dope. All right, all right, delete, add new. Hey, baby. Thank you, my love. Let me show. Ava would be upset if I just show you while I'm working with hair. A little bit healthy, a little bit. Normally I don't eat on stream, but hey. Sometimes you're busy, man. The grind doesn't start. Doesn't stop just because you gotta eat, you know? Alright, alright. Public get category by ID. Happy birthday, Code Poppy. Shout out to the homie. I get category by ID. All right, so category dot find by ID. God, they're just making this easy for us, isn't it? Requests dot all right. So let's try this. Before we do this, it's hard if you have an accent and if you're sassy. I would tell you right now, the majority of the people I work with have accents. That doesn't mean if you're sassy as in you're disrespectful, of course you're going to have a hard time getting a job. Literally the majority. And that's been pretty much a staple at every job I've worked at. All right, so let's try to get JavaScript here. So what are we have a get here. Let me go ahead and throw that in there. Now, what a RESTful get route should look like, I think, is that. Let me just make sure. RESTful routes. Sometimes I forget these things. Yep. All right. Cool. So, all I want to do here is console.log, or all right. Now that we've done that, let's go to our we need to delete response. Our category route. Sometimes you just gotta try things. I'm hoping that that's how that works. All right. All right, cool. So it looks like that's how that works. So that's how that should work. So what we want to do, we have this. God, there's so much in this response. So let's do this. First off, let's how do I cancel my call? Cancel. There we go. Let's actually just throw a debugger right here, and might as well use the debugger. Let's just see what happens. So request dot params. All right, cool. So we have our ID there. So let's just start in params. There's an idea. All right, so now we have that. Looks like our debugger name isn't configured properly, so we'll come back to that. But that should be easy enough. So all right, so find by ID takes an ID, and then we have a callback. And I imagine this is going to have an error. Or it's going to have a, these potatoes are pretty good, man. Yep. Or it's going to have a document. We'll call it category. It's not of type category controller. I guess it is of type category schema. So this will be of type category. All right. I'm gonna have to come back to that because I don't like the fact that that is a of type document. I might have to redefine some stuff here. All right, so now we've done that. So if there's an error, I think we're probably eventually going to make our errors more verbose and just sending it back. But maybe that's fine. Response.send error. I also feel kind of dumb that we're doing this every single time. Like, I feel like there's probably just a way for us to do this without doing this. All right. Else we're in response dot send back our category if there's no error. All right. So what we should get here is in our ID. I think it was, I forget which one it was. But cool, we got our JavaScript, so you can see it found our category. How do you suggest I work through your course when I algorithm challenge for optimal results? Well, how I would do it is I would listen to a video, and if I think I'm at the level where I could tackle it, because they're going to vary in difficulty. They're going to vary in difficulty, and so if there's something that you're like, dude, there's no way I could sit here in an hour and figure it out, move on to the next one. Don't watch the solution. Now, once you've gone through all 100 and you're like, dude, I finished 15, you'll be better off than where you were, and go through the list one more time, and you'll say, you know what, I think I might have an idea about this, and your brain will have been tinkering with it, and then go and try and solve it. Now, if you get to a point where you can't solve any of them, go ahead and watch the video. Get an idea. And it's okay to do that. Sometimes you got to look something up so you understand where they're coming from. All right. So now that we've done this, we created our get category by ID. I guess technically these are all private methods, aren't they? I don't know. Let's leave public. I don't want to mess with something. All right. So last thing that we want to do is do an update. Public update category by ID. Update category? Sure. And similar to how we did delete category and get category, we're going to find a category by ID. Actually, category dot find one update. Dude, Mongoose really just makes this like it's like literally everything I want to do has a function call associated with it. Now, like normally in the front end, you try to use some shit like Lodash. This would drive me nuts, but right now I'm gonna allow it. So we're gonna find by ID. I imagine that's gonna take in a callback. All right, let's see here. Let's look at some docs real quick. Mongoose. Find and update. Find by ID and update. Let's see, find by ID and update. No. Find by ID and update. Let's see here. You were gifted your 100 front end interview course? By me? That's quite a gift. I don't remember giving it to you. Okay. I got it now. I was like, God, it has 4 overloads or 3 overloads? That seems... I don't know, but that seems a bit excessive. And then what we're going to pass in here is the response dot... Or, excuse me, the request. My girlfriend bought it. Hey, your girlfriend bought course and gifted it to you? That's a keeper right there. Look, man, your girl's over there hooking you up with quality content. You better put a ring on it, man. Put a ring on it. Wait, so finally followed up with a callback. Takes in an error or a category. That'll be our response. All right. Save. I don't. No. I don't like that at all, dude. How about this? I don't like that wrapping. I don't think that wrapping looks good. But const params. Let's watch this magic. Params, comma, body is equal to request. Whew. That's sexy, ain't it? So if this response send error else response.send category. So let's see what happens if we send the wrong. Oh, we have to actually set the route also. So in our v1 routes, category routes here. Get post, and we'll do a put, and this will be in ID as well. All right, so we go here, and instead let's just say we drop this F in a second. So let's create one more route, paste it in here, do a put. We'll drop this F off the route in our body. Let's just say we don't even pass the body. Path category is required. So this is like a status 200. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way you should get a 200 error category. So we're going to have to go through here and figure out. We have to go through here and define. I don't know how to do it, to be honest with you. So I got to see what the best standard is. But when you go update what you're expecting to update, it should return back fucking 200. If it doesn't find it, it should be a 404. So this would be something we'll have to let's go ahead and create a backlog ticket for that. I don't think it ain't no showstopper. So let's go. Do I have my Trello up still? No, I think I closed it. All right. So, all right. Define more verbose. You like that word, verbose? More verbose. Status. Error message handling. All right, so we deleted a category. I guess might as well add this up. Get a category by ID. Gonna move that over. And now we are currently working on update the category. Alright, so given that we fix this ID here in our body, some raw JSON. Let's go over here. We'll just copy one of these bad boys in. Copy. And instead of JavaScript, we do Java sexy. You know what I'm saying? That's supposed to be. I'm gonna go error, duplicate key, error collection, admin categories, indexes for ID. Let's look at this call real quick. What's this? We're passing the ID, and from what I can tell, we want to. We don't want to create a new one. We want to. Oh, we forgot we passed in the wrong callback. Update category by ID. Alright, let's try it one more time. Now it returned back JavaScript and not Java sexy, like I was thinking. Let's see if maybe it just. Ah, I see it. It returns back the. It returns back the object that got updated. Interesting. Find by ID and update and return updated item. Well, the only thing that concerns me. So what I'm thinking is I'll just return the response, right? So instead we could just, because it's gonna find it. And let's say, so I don't necessarily. So I don't necessarily. Says you're smashing this out. Long-term fan here. 5 years or roundabout. You give me hope, man. Just not coding, but life's so as to go deep on you. Really enjoy the channel. Thanks, Barry, man. I haven't seen you around here in a little bit, but I'm glad everything's been working out, or I hope everything's working out, I should say. I might have some exciting news for the channel to announce for the next several months. All right, we got a lot of stuff in the pipeline. Okay. So I hate to hit the API twice. So like, there's two ways we can go about this. We can simply return what they passed it in, assuming that we're not going to do an update here, because this is passing back the callback. Let me see. Find by ID passes on callback. You know, let me I bet maybe there's an option parameter for the Mongo find by ID. Dude, Mongoose just does everything for you. Like, literally, absolutely everything. Like, I don't have to do anything. All I gotta do is read IntelliSense. How's life been treating you, Barry? Ah, here we go. See, I thought there might be an option for this. Excuse me, because I bet you would return the you would either return. You know what? Should I hit you guys with some new hotness right now? Alright, so we're gonna pass in options. So, options. Is this bull? Is this really bull? True? Oh, new. It's new, not bull. No. God, I really hate that this wraps. I don't like that looks like hot garbage. Let's be real. That's not a good look. That's not a good look at all. God, this would be so much cooler if I could do something like this. And then I do ID. I could always shorten it. God, this makes it look even worse. P.ID. Oh my god, that works though. I don't like the wrapping. And you know what? We can take that out. We don't even need that. Let's do this. Let's take this out. And just do. That reads so much better, doesn't it? Alright, so what we should be getting now is in our response, we should get the updated version when we do a put. So instead of sending Java sexy, let's change this back to JavaScript. And what we should get for our response is JavaScript back. There it is. Alright, cool. So pretty cool. So, little hotness. I'm not gonna make a video about it or anything, but I wanted to share with you. For people who are long-term fans of the channel, I just released my 100 Algorithms Challenge course to Thinkster.io, and we partnered up. And so, if you ever thought like, hey, I want to just try it out and see what it's about and check out the content, do 10 of them. They're letting you try the first 10 for free, and then the other 100 algorithms are up there, man. It's pretty cool. First time I've released content to a platform. All right. Update category done. But yeah, so just drop some success there. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty good. Been building a tiny home kind of thing, dude. April and I have been talking about doing a tiny home forever, but the problem is we have 3 cats and 2 dogs, and I have a whole office here, just crap, and this whole house is filled with furniture. But she definitely wants to do it. Yeah. So once you understand that all you gotta do is try. Here's the thing, Barry. All you gotta do is try every day at whatever it is that you want to be, whether it's tattooing. All you gotta do is say that, professionally speaking, I'm gonna be better a little bit, probably an immeasurable amount every single day, and devise a plan every year how you're gonna do it. And before you know it, you'll be at the top of your field. That's it. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Try a little bit every day. Put in about 45 minutes of effort a day, and you'll be way ahead of everyone else. Just one step forward every day. That's all it takes. And then you'll be a success at whatever it is that you wanted to be successful at. All right, boys. So we have defined our initial CRUD app for category. Not too bad. It's pretty nice, pretty standard from what I can tell. We have our category controller here. Get all, get category by ID, add new category, delete category, update category. Now, you'll notice that we're following a very strict naming convention that we'll continue to follow as we continue down our path. All right. Let's see here. Deprecation warning. Find one and update without the use of find and modify option set to false or deprecated. All right. All right, so let's see if we can fix this. So, before we do that, added find, what would we add? Delete, update, by ID, and update, goodbye. Alright, just put update. Yeah. It's not easy, man. It's not easy at all. But you know, someone popped into the live stream, another developer, Jason Chan, I want to say his name was, and he said something to me that was a little bit profound, and like I didn't really think about it, but like at some point in your success, now it doesn't mean you should go any harder or go any softer, but at some point as you grow, the amount of success that you got to will take 1/3 the effort to maintain, but you'll be putting in 100% of the effort to get to the next tier of success. If that makes sense. So this is something that I've thought about for a while. By a while, I mean about yesterday. And it's somewhat true, where I'm trying to achieve that. Like, the first level of success was to become a developer. Second level of success for me was to become a better developer. And the third level is what I'm trying to accomplish now, which is to build myself as a developer, in the sense that like I want to contribute to the community. And I am, but not on the level that I want to be. You hear that GitHub is doing its own package or something? I haven't heard about that. It wouldn't surprise me though. If they're creating like their own NPM packages to make life a little easier. You'd be surprised how few people still understand GitHub, or Git rather. Okay, so what they wanted here, what they said that we needed to do is we need to pass in this option. Use and modify. So set to false to make find one and update, and find one and remove. Use find one and update rather than find and modify. What the hell does that even mean? All right. All right, let's go and look this up real quick. What this means to me is at some point, if I update to Mongoose 6, I don't even think this option will be here. But let's go ahead and run our app here. And let's see. All right, so we still have this issue. We'll come back to that. But let's see if, because it was on the find one and update, we changed this back to Java Sexy. Am I too late? Hey. Alright, so that still worked. Let's see if our API gave us an issue. Mongoose, find one and update. Alright, so I think perhaps without the... Oh, it's set to false. Let's see if that does it. And let's change that back to... Alright, so that still seemed to work. We didn't get that issue when we added this option property. Now, let's go ahead and commit that. Git stage dot hit commit dash m. Use find added. Use find and modify. So I'm trying to follow the best practices and standards, but I don't have all the time in the world to go look this up. What I'll actually be doing is pairing up with a colleague of mine to dive into this a little bit deeper and showcase what I'm interested in doing, like what it is that I plan on accomplishing. Michael, you got it right, man. That hour a day, just that consistency. The thing is, you have to be consistent. An hour a day in your profession will make you the top of your field. Okay. Category route. Cool. Use that. Let's go back to this this use new URL parser to true. Let's see if we get this same error. I think it might have actually been working, but what might have happened is that oh, wrong one. What might have happened is that when we started earlier, I don't think I actually turned it. Our stuff wasn't compiling. Database name must be a string. Alright, so let's look this up real quick. So, bring this over here so I can see what's going on. So, database name must be a string. Use new URL parser. Let's see what's coming up. All right. What does the app look like so far? It looks like fire, son. You want to see it? So right now we're working on the API, but let's go. Dude, it looks... We have... let me tell you, boys. We have the hottest breadcrumbs in the game. I'm not even bullshitting you, man. You guys want to see it? It's going to be the most fire documentation site on the internet. Let me tell you. Considering there's only 2, that's saying something. I'll show you real quick, though. But it's looking good, man. It's looking good. Alright, cool. So, the homepage is going to be redone. But you see that? Well, that width shouldn't be zoomed in. We're going to have to fix that. I don't know why that width. We got this custom scroll bar. Look at this. Boom, son. Look at that. This is going to be changed. But you guys get the idea. So, like, we have a playlist. This is going to be... We're going to restructure this a little bit. But you can see we're going to have an ad right here. An ad right here. Join our Facebook group. These pull out our content dynamically, generate it. Same thing with the Twitter. Based off the route and the strings and everything. Pass in hashtags, URLs. And then we're going to put text content in here. The content that come in here that can be dynamic. And then we have some books recommended, course that we can recommend. And then... I mean, look at these breadcrumbs. Let me give you an even better example. /topics /arrays. The hottest breadcrumbs in the game, all right? That's what I'm talking about right there. You see that? The hottest breadcrumbs in the game, hands down. No one has better breadcrumbs than this site, all right? It's coming together, man. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done. But you can see we're going to so this is actually probably going to be horizontal, and the video is going to go on top. But we're going to add the ads in. This is actually hard-coded right now. Eventually, this will be coming from an Amazon API, and these courses will be a combination of this first one hard-coded. These 2 will come from a Udemy API, and then this will be whatever I want it to be. But you get the idea, man. The hottest in the game. Breadcrumbs. Look at that. You ain't never seen breadcrumbs like that before. This is already pulling from a YouTube playlist. It's not bad though, right? I mean, I'm no UI UX guy, but like I spent a little bit of time. I've been working with Ricky a little bit, who's been he's been double checking my work and saying, "Hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that?" But yeah, so it's still like 60% there. But it's at a state where I can be proud of it, and you can actually see that we're getting there. Like, once we have content in here, a video, we have to just fix the organization of this and how we want to do that. And then, ow, Tito. Oh. Yeah, so, God, I just got scratched all over my arm from my cat jumping in here. But yeah, it looks good, right? It looks solid. You also notice it looks almost identical to VS Code, because that's what I was going for when I designed it. Hottest breadcrumbs in the game, though. I'm very proud of the breadcrumbs. Look, you ain't never seen breadcrumbs that look this good. I'm telling you. Except, maybe in VS Code, if you open a lot of files, like right here. I sort of combined these 2, but you get the idea. I want it to be a familiar experience. Like, I want it to feel like you were exactly in. Like I want it. So when I was designing this site, and the idea was that we were going to build something that you could clearly see, like a developer would know how it would work, and that it was straightforward. And so we didn't want to have too much overhead, so that's why there's only going to be like 2 ads on the page. And if you ever actually have run, I run ad block, but if you ever had run something without ad block, you'll start seeing that that in no time there's like 15 ads on a page. Okay, so that's what it looks like. It's coming together. I haven't touched it in about 4 days. I was actually showing the code to somebody today, and I kind of stumbled through it. I felt kind of bad because I was trying to impress him, and I stumbled through it because my mind's been on the API, and so like it's funny how instantly you forget things. Not only hasn't been on the API, also work. I've been working all this week, so I've been diving into this. So let's see if we can solve this this issue. Hottest breadcrumbs in the game, though. This was also pretty cool to make too. So not only do we pass in what category we're in, but we also pass in the link and dynamically paste hashtags on them, and we'll update as well. I think I might take the Facebook one off because I have to actually connect to the Facebook API to get this to work. And I don't know, it's not that important. LinkedIn, Twitter, that's enough to start. We don't need to, like, I'm not trying to jump through hoops to get this thing to work. Like every time you connect to an API, it's a hassle. So the only API I'm going to be launching with that will be the YouTube API that I'll be injecting. It's fire, isn't it? Hottest breadcrumbs in the game. Oh man, that'll be right in the resume. My resume. Hottest breadcrumbs in the game, dog. Hottest breadcrumbs. You never seen breadcrumbs like this. I'd be like, hey man, we really like the integrated hottest breadcrumbs in the game. All right. You thought breadcrumbs was dead? No, we brought sexy back. All right. Yeah, but you get the idea with the breadcrumbs, right? So it'd be something like JavaScript / topic / arrays, and then I forget what I did after this. I think it might have been detail / map. I don't know. Anyhow, breadcrumbs fire though. Let's just admit it. All right. So I guess when I specified the collection name admin in this way, remove this error. So maybe we just need to specify a collection name. I don't like that let's just see. Alright, so that fixed that. Do we need this still? Let's see if we can still do everything that we were doing. Cool. Can we get by ID? Huh? Alright. It's gonna remove body parser from the app. To get the bread, you need to have them hot breadcrumbs, right? Ain't no bread with no breadcrumbs. Oh, man. So, here, let me show you why I'm so proud of these breadcrumbs. Not only do they look like fire, let me show you what actually it takes to make those stupid breadcrumbs look good. Because, like, not only look good, rather, but let me show you what it actually takes to make that work. Because those breadcrumbs are dynamically generated based off the route that you are a part of. This is one thing I actually somewhat want to rewrite, so don't judge me. Because the model's doing too much work, and I don't think I've tested it yet. So let's go to our where are we? Let's go to views. That's where we need to go. So views, we go to category, components, breadcrumbs. So breadcrumbs.ts. Pretty straightforward here. Now, this has to dynamically generate the route based off what URL piece is there. But what you don't see is what the breadcrumb has to do from this. We have to get a label from a metadata. The reason for this is, generally speaking, we're going to have a capitalized case, but in this specific instance of JavaScript, we need to check that it has, we need to first know what icon class to dynamically apply to it, as well as if the label is going to be custom. Now that we've done that, our breadcrumbs component is getting passed in through the breadcrumb service, which, look at this, we have set up to connect to the route event when the navigation is completed to dynamically update the breadcrumbs wherever we're at and say, first we have to filter out things that aren't valid, like category and topic routes. And then then you'll see we filter out some of those pieces, and we have to remove hashes. This is another thing, is that we had to dynamically set up so that hashes and local references aren't a thing. Like I said, hottest breadcrumbs in the game, though. All right, let's go to our package JSON, and let's go ahead and remove body parser. And this should be in... God, my cat scratched my arm. This should be up here. All right. Remove body parser. You know what breadcrumbs are. So you just never seen such good breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs. Component. So you just seen shitty breadcrumbs component. We've all seen shitty breadcrumbs component. Even let's look at this material UI. Look at that. That ain't even that good. That's better than the average. Like, that's better than the average, and ain't got nothing on what we're working with. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Hot garbage. All right? Material UI, get on my level, dog. All right? Hottest breadcrumbs in the game. All right? All right. How long have we been going? We're at an hour and a half. I think we're at a good stopping point. So I don't want to go too much longer because up next we're going to start a new collection with new routes. And we're going to have to start combining collections and go from there. So it's been good, y'all. If you've had a chance to check out my latest course, the 100 Front-End Interview Question Challenge, which covers the most common front-end questions. And if you're here earlier, our boy Jonas Walden went from bartender making $25-30 to about $60K his very first job. So that course really helped him interview. What can you say for more than $10? For just $10 using coupon code CodingGod, link in the description below, you could potentially double your salary to help you out to double your salary. Because you got to put the work in. One course ain't going to do it, but it's going to help you get there. You don't want to not get the job because you don't successfully answer a question properly. But we can cause that. And I'll tell you, as an interviewer, the thing I hate more than anything else is when someone... I'll tell you the thing I hate more than anything else as someone who interviews people. If I'm interviewing you, and this happens all the time, if I interview you and I ask you a question, when you say, I think it's this. It's okay to say, I don't know, but this is my guess. And then they look at you to see if they answered correctly. I think it's this. And look. I don't want you to think about any of this. I want you to tell me that you understand whatever it is that I'm asking. And I don't think that's unreasonable, right? So, it's important to know those things, especially because I don't feel like I've ever asked any sort of gotcha questions. But cool. That's a good place to stop. As always, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Probably no live stream tomorrow night because I got a bunch of like business calls, and then I have we'll have a live stream of the AMA. Or I did the AMA yesterday. Maybe I will have a live stream. We'll see. It's been fun. I'll see you guys next time.